Frank is being removed from Welcome Home. A new update is here, and he is the one under the microscope, with his deepest, darkest fears revealing that his fate may be worse than all the others. Hello Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that always remembers to wave up high. And if you're familiar with that phrase, you know that means there's been an update to one of our favorite ARGs, Welcome Home. A mysterious 70s kids show that we've been breaking down update by update for a few years now. You see, while the show appears all squeaky clean, inside is a dark truth. Home, the living house in the center of the neighborhood, has an evil intent for the neighbors, leading them like a cult and coercing our main man Wally into carrying out its desires. In the last few updates by Discovering Hidden Videos, we have seen that Home has been bringing the neighbors to their breaking point and exposing them to their worst fears in order that they all fall in line. They made Eddie the mailman feel unwanted, Poppy the family bird feel alone, and Julie, the joyful monster responsible for bringing spring, unable to grow a single flower. But despite Home's control over the neighborhood, Wally seems to be breaking free. He is the one leading us to these secret videos, revealing the dark secrets behind this show and exposing Home. And he's back at it again with this brand new update, this time revealing to us the truth about the bug-loving, book-smart Frank, the guy we felt has been our man on the inside, trying to help the other neighbors and
freak these ads.
Trying to help the other neighbors and overcome whatever Home is planning. Clearly, that didn't go unnoticed. So now it's his turn. Although, let me tell you theorists, his fate is going to be far worse than anyone else's in the neighborhood. When you first enter the website, you are met with a trigger warning page. It's basically laying out what the ARG is.
Thank you. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, guys. Oh, you guys are so nice. Thank you. Aww.
To the website, you are met with a trigger warning page. It's basically laying out what the ARG is.
I
guess they wanted to make sure people were not stumbling into this Sesame Street looking website only to find the trauma inside. To get into the main website, you have to click this door, and you are then met with Home trapped inside Jelly. And when I see Jelly, there's one person I think of.
Damn it! You put my stuff in Jell-O again!
No, not him. The neighbor who loves Jelly and is now sitting on the front page. Frank Frankly. We've also got new cards for the Floriography game that we found in the last update, as well as Frank's new rule set. There's 2 new audio storybooks, and there's mention of a bug dog toy. But that's kinda it. Although, on the news page, we find out why. According to the Welcome Home Restoration Project, there were some unforeseen circumstances. A live animal in one of the boxes, which, according to the Away from Prying Eyes website, hatched from a toy egg. I guess the old adage I was taught when I worked in television is true. 2 things you should never work with: children and animals. But just because there's a lack of physical discoveries doesn't mean there aren't a whole bunch of secrets waiting for us. We've once again got bugs all over the site. However, instead of being clickable like last time, they seem to be guiding us towards the secrets. On the news page, for example, a bug is sitting next to an image of Frank. Click on it and a crumpled up note appears. Dear Wally, I'm not sure why you asked for this, but here you go, a drawing of your telephone button. Frank. Wally's telephone button is pretty significant to the lore of this show. Multiple times the Welcome Home toy phone has led us to secret pages where we can talk to Wally. So naturally, I'm gonna click on this drawing. And when you do, you are taken to a new webpage called Ring Ring Ring. This is similar to a URL from the last update, a page called Ring Ring, where we learned that Wally is breaking free from Home's control and asked us to play Gather in order to find Julie's secret videos. This URL is the same. There is an audio file to play, and Wally is speaking to us once again.
There you are.
Welcome back. I was waiting for you.
I knew you would
Succeed.
when you found what I gave you. Could you hear it?
Could you hear her?
Then let's play again. A game called
Hunt
is easy.
Follow your dog. Find your trophy. If it is in pieces, do not worry. Put it back together again. Despite it, win.
Remember what you saw, just like last time.
Wally has more truth to show us, and you know me, I'm always interested in more lore. So I guess we have a hunt to go on. Let's go through every page of the website and see what secrets are lying there. On the neighborhood page, a bug jumps onto the street below and does a sick backflip by Home, but clicking Home doesn't do anything. It just shows us Wally's page like it usually does, and that's because the secret is actually actually on the home animation at the top of the page. A little obtuse, but okay. Suddenly, the whole page goes dark and
I just came in and I'm
Julie's
immediately
house.
leaving.
For the
What was
first
that?
time,
Lock
we
in,
can
ugly
go
fish. Come on now,
inside
lock
one of the
in, bro.
neighbors' houses, and this page is called Our Home. There is a bunch to look at here too. The window shows Julie looking out the window scared. There's an image of Frank on the wall, a photo of the Joyfuls, and a gift addressed to Frank. But the
Howdy, Annie. Hi,
interesting
pal. How you
part
doing today?
is the dresser. We can see a phone on the floor like it's been abandoned. The vanity has some flowers addressed to Julie from Frank, and the dresser drawer has another note from Frank. In our last theory, we saw Julie crack. She is supposed to be able to make the flowers bloom, and yet she couldn't manage it for this singular black flower. She then freaked out when Frank showed up, and now she's gone into hiding. Stopped answering her phone, looking out the window, afraid of being seen because she failed. And so he's trying to write to her to figure out what's wrong, but she's locked herself away. Although Frank's note contains one more secret. On the note is a butterfly. Clicking it will squash it and a wing will be left behind. Click the wing and a new page is revealed. It says, finish it, specimen A. And right here we have our first secret video. Oh boy, let's go. You are very good at this game. Keep going. Come back to our home when you have it. All 6 pieces. So this butterfly wing is one of 6. Finding them shouldn't be too hard either, especially with our animated bug friend pointing us in the right direction. Maybe we should give him a name. How about Jeff? How does that sound, Jeff? Oh, who's a good insect? You are. Yeah, you are. Anyway, our next bug is on the sticker page. Jeff is doing backflips over the neighbors section, and right there is another bug, specimen L. Huh, I guess this isn't a simple ABC deal. I wonder if that will be important later. Foreshadowing. Regardless, in this video, Frank is playing chess with home. But when Wally shows up, Frank says something interesting.
You don't understand home.
I do not. Home does not talk.
Well, not like you or I do, but he still speaks in other ways.
Frank goes on to say that he taught Home Morse code so that Home could communicate. At that
Bye,
moment, the video
AC, take
glitches
care.
out. Initially, I wondered if this evil kind of glitch was because Wally was jealous. He's the one who's supposed to communicate with Home. Home is his friend. Or God, it's unclear. But now Frank can talk to him too? He has to go. But that isn't the case. Because from that clip, Wally can't talk to Home at this point. Instead, I think this must be an earlier part of the timeline. At the end of the video, Frank also agrees to teach Wally Morse code, meaning Wally could then communicate with Home. And maybe that was what put this whole thing into
He starts like talking
because
shit.
now that
He's
they
like,
could
fuck you, Home!
communicate-
Fuck you! Like hitting the desk and everything. He has to like... He's like slamming the desk as like Morse code.
Wally could access put this whole thing into motion. Because now that they could communicate, Wally could access the power of the void underneath Home and cause all of his friends to break so that they would never leave, always needing him. But that's early speculation. Let's get back to our
Why do I have
On
to
the
pay
front
rent
page
for
by
you,
scrolling through the images,
bastard?
you find specimen
Yeah.
P over the Crispy Sweet cereal box. With
Oh,
the video
shit, I
showing
didn't notice
Frank heading
this.
over to Poppy's house after checking in on Julie. But then
Maybe I
we begin
did.
to hear radio static.
Locks on the cabinet? Is she scared everything will come flying out at her? Oh, the pantry, too.
These are clearly Frank's thoughts we're tuning into. He is concerned about his friend. Hold on, is that a bong?
A packed bowl, too, Poppy. Are you trying to lay me out of my ass?
Oh, stop it. It calms me down.
We know Poppy is a bit of a
I
chicken and is
remember
constantly jumping
the
at stuff.
bong
and-
episode. I remember. I was like, whoa, wait. I was like, is that a bong?
It calms me down.
We know Poppy is a bit of a chicken and is constantly jumping at stuff, and back in the 60s and 70s, when the show took place, bongs were widely popular as a way to relax. But this is a kids' show! What the heck is going on? In response to this, Frank brings up Poppy's breakdown from Brick by Brick and asks if she was using the bong when it happened.
Oh, no. Never for work. Only weekends, days off, whatever. Oh my god, do you remember, Frank? The look on Ron's face. He was so worried.
Who is Ron? Well, he isn't one of the neighbors, he's... Editor, it happened again. We talked about this. This isn't Ron, it's Ye Sheng-wan, the first ever dual-form agent from today's sponsor, Zenless Zone Zero. We talked about these
How?
Everywhere I go, it's there. I have to lock in on Zenless again, apparently. Is it worth picking it back up, chat? Yes, it's a sign. Low-key, yo, one of my favorite gacha games. Oh, you said Gamba games. Never mind, I can't read. Hell yeah. I have not touched Zenless since like the last time.
Ever dual form agent.
Don't you miss Monito? I actually don't have Monito. I was not there for the banner. I don't lock in on games, like gacha games. I just feel like it's not like entertaining as enough. Enough. Like I like it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. I really do enjoy Zenless when I played. But I feel like maybe chat doesn't like it. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just maybe it's something, there's like a worm in my brain that's like, chat doesn't like it. Stop it. What are you doing? And I'm like, you're right. My bad. Sorry.
Today's sponsor, Zenless Zone Zero. We've talked about these guys before, but Zenless Zone Zero is a high-action RPG set in a...
I'm gonna skip this. Woo! W sponsor!
Today for free on PC, PS5, and Xbox. Plus, if you pre-register for version 2.5, you'll receive 320 polychrome.
Yeah, after seeing how some chatters got with Withering Waves, valid. Well, okay, I will say too, a lot of the people that have watched me play Zenless were super nice about it as well. I like watching it. I just have to watch myself from backseating. I think you guys were backseating, and I appreciate it because I think I was also asking a lot of questions too. I think I was like constantly asking you guys questions on what to do because it's way different from Withering Waves.
A commemorative letter from Xiao Guang, the Walker of Light title, and have a chance to enter
I
their
guess I'll
lucky
play
draw
it.
where you can win more polychrome, a character figure, a gaming console, and even an iPhone. All you have to do is use my code
I can win an iPhone!
25 Void Hunter Rises, all one word. What a great way to start the new year. So thanks again to Zenless Zone Zero for sponsoring this video, but as I was saying about this wrong guy and welcome home, he isn't one of the neighbors, nor is he W from the secret site, you know, unless the creator clown is just the biggest troll of all time. But
wait, so there's a new character named Ron?
has come up on the website before, once. On the About Us page, it credits Ronald Doralane as the creator of Welcome Home. That's it. That is all we know about this guy. But the fact that Poppy mentions Ron brings us back to something I'd not really considered. These characters are real people. Ron is not.
Oh, to those of you that are like really confused on what the fuck we're watching that just joined in and are like, Annie, what the fuck is this? This is a ARG. It is something that I've been keeping up with. It is my actual like secret hobby interest, whatever the fuck it is. It is an ARG. I would definitely check it out yourself. It's Welcome Home. It's really nice. It's a nice website, ARG. I just think it's really cool, okay? So yeah, that's all you need to know. It's just an ARG.
Show. He's the creator on set watching it be filmed. When Poppy had her mental breakdown, Ron was there and concerned. That, along with the bong that Poppy uses on days
Thank you for
off
the
and
tier 1 5 months. Thank you. And he really done called me out. We watched the full video, the full theory, on the main channel. Oh, let me pull it up real quick. We watched the full video on the main channel right here. It's a long react, but when you have time, it tells you all about it. I'm not even, this is not me just gassing it up because like I like it, but like the whole theory, this theory video right here that we watched, it was so good. It was so good, chats. So if you are like, man, Annie's not streaming today and I wish she was here, and you haven't watched this video, please just have it on the background. It is so good. I'm not even joking. You'll be like, whoa. I really like it. This is like the few times that like I show like my interests. You know what I mean? So please, it's so good. It's so good. I promise.
Set. Real people. Ron is not a part of the show. He's the creator on set watching it be filmed. When Poppy had her mental breakdown, Ron was there and concerned. That, along with the bong that Poppy uses on days off and weekends, and Frank bringing up these less child-friendly topics, means that the videos we are watching aren't from the show, but behind the scenes, when the actors are off the clock. It makes sense. These aren't videos found by the WHRP. They're secret videos that Wally Wally is revealing to us. Videos no one has seen because they were never public episodes. This is huge. We've got to get to the bottom of this.
I gotta highlight the
And this
other
next one requires us to use game theory's
episodes
signature
to the monkey
advanced
wrench.
ARG technique. Click absolutely everything wildly and pray it works. And it does. Just like that, we find a hidden link in the neighborhood page Woods. Squash the butterfly and you get Specimen E, and a continuation of one of the home warming videos where Eddie has his panic attack with Holmes staring at him. That video ended with Eddie unable to speak. This time, Frank tries to help Eddie go home, but...
No, please. I gotta get out of here. I need to go home.
Frank decides he should go too, but before he can, Julie grabs his hand. And once again, we hear the radio sound and begin to hear Frank's thoughts.
Julie stopped me. She grabbed my hand. But what did she say? Was it really her?
No, I have to go.
He's becoming forgetful, which is concerning. And then he turns around. It isn't Julie holding his hand, it's Wally. Frank begins to question what's going on, with Wally insisting he stay. When Frank refuses, Wally lets go, letting Frank fall into an empty void as he begins to forget more and more. The whole show's premise is about being a good neighbor, which Frank is clearly trying to do for Eddie. But what this video shows us is it's less about being a good neighbor generally and more about being a good neighbor in the eyes of Wally. During Frank's conversation with Poppy, when she talks about not making a fuss over her breakdown, we see Wally's eye flash frame on the screen. It's about doing things how he wants them. And when Frank disobeys Wally, he lets him fall into the void, to be alone in the darkness, to suffer like Eddie, Poppy, and Julie have. Frank is the smartest of all the neighbors, so him becoming forgetful is the perfect torture for him, one that will show him not to disobey Wally ever again. Another one of the specimens can be found on the toy page, but it's not as straightforward as the others. The new addition to this page are the new cards for floriography, and Jeff is pointing towards these images. But it's not the cards you need, it's the floriography game board, which you can click on to take you to a full-sized version. There, over the finish line, is a dragonfly, Specimen
Oh, we didn't
R.
see this
video
one.
follows on from what we saw last time in Julie's update, where she's breaking down over being unable to open a mysterious black flower.
I can still hear it. I can hear it calling to me, Frank.
This is where our boy Frank comes in.
We're going to dig it out.
Oh, no, Frank, please no.
They go back and forth for a while until finally Julie gives in. Frank tells Julie to go home while he digs up the flower and hides it. Frank is once again seeing the distress caused to his fellow neighbor, just like Eddie and Poppy. But after this whole Eddie incident, he's decided to take a more active role in solving the problem, openly defying the mess made by Wally and Holmes. Sadly though, based on what we saw from Julie's room earlier, his attempts to fix the problem aren't working. She's become a hermit, ashamed and hiding away, no longer talking to Frank after digging up the flower. She's isolating herself. Exactly what happened to the others, playing right
Oh my
into
God.
Holmes' hand. If Home has hands. Now it's time to track down our final specimen, which starts on the storybook page. Weirdly, Jeff is not near the new stories, but over the Sweet Briar story from the last update, where Julie and Frank reenact Sleeping Beauty. Jeff is also using a new animation. He's digging rather than pointing or backflipping. Clicking around there does nothing, and there's no other pages revealing anything, which leaves me with only one thought. We need to see what's beneath the surface of the web page, as in the website's code. By using the inspector tool, we can see text in between the code for the animated banner and the Sweet Briar title, and it's a riddle. I know something you don't know. It is 2 words long. The first word is sweet. The second word is a flower. Intertwined, they call to mind the face of a neighbor he pretends not to know. Okay, so we know the first word of this code is sweet, and the second word is a flower. And given the new flower cards found in the floriography game, it has to be one of these flowers. There are 6, so we need more clues to narrow down exactly which flower is the key. And the answer, believe it or not, is on Clown's eShop. Yes, really.
What?
Now their merch shop is part of the ARG.
What? The merch shop? You gotta be lying.
And, ooh, look, an Eddie Deer plushie. Add to cart. You see, each character plushie comes with a flower pin. The flowers used are the same flowers used in the floriography game. Poppy has the Zephyr flower, Sally the anemone, Eddie the lavender, and Howard the apple blossom. That means the flower we are looking for is associated with one of these characters. And our new reliable pal Jeff is here to show us which one. On the main page, Jeff goes right to the bottom and crawls to the banner with all the neighbors. They all look like they usually do, except for for Eddie, who has a lavender behind his ear now. Eddie is also growing lavender in his garden on the neighborhood page. Lavender has to be the second word. By putting sweet lavender at the end of the welcome home URL, we are met with a page of lavender and specimen C, our final piece. This video is backstage during the Sweetbriar play. As Frank is preparing, he's thinking to himself, wondering why he always is given the prince role. But as he's thinking, Eddie comes up to Frank and asks him to fix his outfit. We then return to Frank's internal thoughts, and he's angry about the whole exchange.
Who does he think he is? Pushing me around like that. He acts like he doesn't even remember. Does he not remember me?
What is he talking about? They almost sound like a couple when one of them has forgotten their anniversary. And that might not be far from the truth. Eddie's flower is lavender, which has many meanings, but one of the biggest historically is its association with the LGBTQ community. In the 1940s through to the 1960s, there was a moral panic called the Lavender Scare. During this time, homosexuals were seen to be a risk to national security.
What? This took a crazy. What? Oh, yo, I'm locked in. Nobody talk to me.
That might not be far from the truth. Eddie's flower is lavender, which has many meanings, but one of the biggest historically is its association with the LGBTQ community. In the 1940s,
welcome home is gay. What? Too woke for me.
is its association with the LGBTQ community. In the 1940s through to the 1960s, there was a moral panic called the Lavender Scare. During this time, homosexuals were seen to be a risk to national security and were often considered communist sympathizers. This led to many of them being—
What? How did they get that conclusion? What? Wait, this was actually a thing? They said, oh, you're gay? You gotta be a communist. Wait, what? What?
Called the Lavender Scare. During this time, homosexuals were seen to be a risk to national security and were often considered communist sympathizers. This led to many of them being ostracized.
You didn't read about this in school. No, guys, I think I've said this so many times. I don't know how many times I have to stress it. I did not I did not in certain parts of Texas, there's not really good education systems. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, I did not know this.
Security and were often considered communist sympathizers. This led to many of them being ostracized from their friends and family, being harassed by police and often losing their jobs, even to the point where President Eisenhower signed an executive order barring homosexuals from working in federal government. It was an absolutely horrible moment in history, and of course it was all just fear-mongering, similar to the Red Scare associated with communism from that time. But the reason I bring it up is that Clown has confirmed that Eddie and Frank are canonically in a relationship.
Oh my god! I mean, I knew it, but I didn't know at the same time. I knew it, but I didn't know. I was like, I think they might be gay, but I can't tell. I was like, I don't want to say it publicly because I might get like jumped for thinking two men can date, you know what I mean? I didn't want to like, you know what I mean? I didn't want to like assume, and people were like, wow, Annie, you're so weird for that. It's like, oh, but it's right there though. It's obvious, no?
The Clown has confirmed that Eddie and Frank are canonically in a relationship together. But
I'm so happy that's fucking like canon.
The 70s.
I guess there were signs. I don't know. I think I missed the episode. No, there was like signs. It was like, it was just very obvious, like the way that Frank talked to ¿cómo se dice? Talked to him. So I was just like, oh.
Reason I bring it up is that Clown
Frank has always been my favorite.
Eddie and Frank
and
are
Wally
canonically in a relationship together. But Welcome Home takes place in the 70s. And during this time, it was illegal in many states to be homosexual. And as we've discussed, these characters are real people, meaning that this relationship between Eddie and Frank was likely frowned upon and it seems hidden from the public. On various parts of the website, such as the character descriptions and news pages, it's suggested that Frank and Julie appeared to be romantic partners on the show. We saw the picture of Frank in a heart-shaped frame in Julie's house, and it's why he plays the prince in every single play with Julie. This would have been seen as much more acceptable for kids at the time. Plus, the riddle said, intertwined they call to mind the face of a neighbor he pretends not to know. More and more, we are starting to see the real people behind these characters, the lives they live when not being filmed for the show. But here, Eddie is pretending not to know Frank. His breakdown and his fear of home is forcing him to act the part, to play up to his defined character, a character that isn't romantically involved with Frank. But with that, we have our 6 specimens, and the letters of all of them spell the word parcel. See, I told you they'd be important. If you then go back to...
So parcel is a word, okay. Got it. Okay, yeah. Got it. Yeah.
All of them spell the word parcel. See, I told you they'd be important. If you then go back to our home where we started this hunt and add parcel to the end of that URL, we find a new secret page with one final video. Frank is in his shed, hiding the black flower there. As he returns to his house, we begin to hear his thoughts. He decides to distract himself with some journaling, but he notices it's brand new.
You lost your field journal. Don't you remember? You had to get a new one. How could you forget?
Frank's memory is continuing to fail him, and it haunts him, with his thoughts becoming more aggressive, calling him an idiot, telling him no one would read his journal. But it's almost like it's not him speaking.
Yeah, it sounds like Wally.
Into the void beneath home in the previous video allowed home to enter his mind and speak to him, twisting his thoughts. All of this culminates...
He's dying, bro. GG's. It's over. It's over.
With Frank opening his door.
He's gonna die, and there's gonna be a new character coming along. Oh my god.
To find a red letter on his doorstep, which he looks horrified at. And this is where everything began to fit into place for me. This isn't the first time we've seen this letter. During the WHRP's Playfellow exhibition of show memorabilia, there was a secret page that contained this picture. Frank holding a red card with a look of fear on his face. We've speculated about this image for a while. Notice how Frank has human hands? This led us down the path that Frank wasn't what he seemed. Like he was a human in a world of puppets trying to infiltrate the neighborhood. However, with all of this new context, I believe we're being told something similar, but slightly different. Frank is definitely the odd one out in the group, but not because he knows too much, but more because he's breaking the rules of the show itself. In the play, he won't kiss Julie, despite that being what he's supposed to do. He not only knows and talks about Poppy's bong, but he's unshocked by it, meaning he's witnessed it before and maybe even partook himself, which is not part of his character. He left home warming when Wally told him not to, and he dug up Julie's flower. He even taught Home to use Morse code so that they could communicate, when Home is supposed to be Wally's main friend. But also, on top of that, the website tells us that the show format revolved around Wally learning new skills from the cast, not that they would teach each other things. Frank is consistently breaking the rules and breaking character, off and on screen. He is not the character he appears to be, which is why we see the human hands in this image. This is the real Frank, not the character. And that red letter? Well, two things. First, we've been looking a lot at the meanings and symbolism of things, especially around floriography, which was wildly popular as far back as the Victorian era. During that time, colors also carried strong meaning, with red usually being associated with love and passion, but more specifically, lust and scandal, which is why women caught in adultery were forced to wear a red letter on their clothes. Not the same kind of red letter as Frank's, but you get the picture. Plus, with the show taking place in the 1970s, where homosexual relationships were extremely frowned upon, Frank would sadly fall into this scandalous category. And don't forget what I said earlier about the lavender scare being associated with the red scare. But on top of that, the other thing that sprang to mind was an eviction notice. Companies use red paper to emphasize the urgency of the matter, and that
Oh my god. Oh my god. You gotta be lying.
Eviction notice. Companies use red paper to emphasize the urgency.
Yo, I'm getting
of the
chills,
matter,
like,
and that's
actually.
especially
Wow.
common when you're being evicted.
Dude, oh my god. there's just, you know what I mean? At the start, it's like, oh, fuck. I'm just so in love. I'm just so in love with the ARG. I'm sorry. At the start, it's like, oh, it's telling us like everything that we need to know. Like, oh, here's these clues. Here's all these clues that we could find. Blah blah blah. Like, oh, here's a butterfly. We gotta go through here. Blah blah. You know what I mean? And then towards like the end, it's like, oh yeah, all of the things that we've seen has meaning behind it. The lavender scare. The red eviction and associated with communism, but also as well as like also this. And it's like, what the fuck? I love it when like ARGs and stuff like that kind of like use history. You know what I mean? I just love it when it uses history to tell a story. You know what I mean? But in its own way, it's like, oh my fucking god. You like double meanings? I do. And I think what's even more, one of the things I enjoy about it is that I don't notice it at first. You know what I mean? It's something I just don't catch on. But when I do catch on, it's like a thrill. You know what I mean? It's like a huge thrill. But like, oh my god. When I do, like when they explain the meaning, I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh my god, like what do you mean?
The other thing that came to mind was an eviction notice. Companies use red paper to emphasize the urgency of the matter, and that's especially common when you're being evicted from your...
It's just like, you could tell a lot of thought is put into like the ARG, you know what I mean? For you to like have stuff like this, you know what I mean? For you to have like theories like this forming, you could tell that the people that made the ARG put a lot of like love and passion and a lot of like work into it. It's like, oh my goodness.
The urgency of the matter, and that's especially common when you're being evicted from your home. See what I did there? And so I'd like to point your attention to the latest news article from the Welcome Home site. In it, the WHRP has figured out that Frank was either added to the cast late or removed from the show early in its run. I believe those two things combined tells us what we're seeing. This is Frank's eviction notice from the show.
Is he getting replaced? Are they adding like more characters? He's getting replaced. There's no way. He will come back. He will come back. If this is like actually it and he's like getting like an eviction notice being like, yeah, you gotta get the fuck out of here. He will come back, bro. He will come back.
What we're seeing. This is Frank's eviction notice from the show. His socially scandalous relationship with Eddie has begun to draw too many eyes. It's leaking out of just being behind the scenes and is stopping him from taking on his role in the show alongside Julie. But the truth is, he's been breaking the rules for a long time now, betraying his character and the setup of the show, which is what Wally and Home are fighting for. They want a perfect neighborhood where everyone is just as they should be, where the characters are exactly like you see on TV. They want it to essentially be like Sesame Street. You may have seen blooper reels where real-life actors mess up on the show, but Elmo and the gang never break. The puppets always remain in character. They are still Elmo, Bert, and Ernie. Seems to me like the behind the scenes of this seemingly happy show weren't all that happy. These characters were being forced into molds that didn't fit them, denying their ability to be themselves. But you have to remember the why of it all. Why are we being shown this? We believe that the person revealing all of this to us is Wally, the good Wally. While the WHRP is scrambling to bring back and present this show in its wholesome light, Wally is revealing to us the pain and suffering that went on, the truth of who these people were. And with our modern lenses, that isn't a bad thing. I mean, again, look at Sesame Street, right? As time's gone on, they've evolved with the times, and now they have diversity of all kinds on that show. So if we do bring back the show, Wally wants us not to bring back the supposedly clean and polished characters of the 1970s. He wants us to bring back the real ones. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching.
World premiere on Game Theory.
Amanda the Adventurer is over.
That was so good. Oh my god, that was so good. I loved it. Oh, I can't wait till the next update. That's so good. That's so amazing. Oh, I'm so excited for the next update. Oh my god. Annie being a geek is like watching a child get its favorite toy. Guys, you don't understand. It's like, Oh my god! I came across it, right? And I low-key, okay, if I could be honest, I judged it way too quickly. Because I remember my first time coming across it was on TikTok. And I was like, oh, this is like gonna be like another like slob, you know what I mean? Like slob content, like not actual effort put into it. And I looked more and more into it, and I was like, I looked at the website because I was like, oh, is it like a new artist that's like blowing up? And I looked more and more into it. I was like, an ARG taking place in the 70s, and it's like Muppets theme. Oh my god. It's like, holy shit. So then I like watched like a few lore videos about it. Not that many, but just a few, and I was like, wow, it's amazing. Holy fuck. So I just like waited for like an actual like video to come out about like a theory that they came up with. But I stopped like heavily getting involved into it because of like the fandom like making it really fucking weird. Of course, you know, people in the community as always making it really weird. I just like low-key stopped because I was like, I don't want to be associated with you guys. Oh, it's just so good. Oh my god. I love Welcome Home. It's so fucking good. I kept seeing Wally on the internet, and I was like, who the fuck is this? And your reaction to the hour video form Game Theorist was my first exposure, and not gonna lie, thank you for that. It's so good, right? Oh my god. Like watching it at first, you're just kind of like, okay, Annie, what the fuck are we watching? What is this? What are you, a child? And then more and more as like it explains more and more details and depth, you're just like, what the fuck? So it's just like, it's just so good. It's like equivalent to watching Minecraft ARGs, you know what I mean? And it's just so beautiful when they just like put really good meaning behind it, and like, you know, like use like actual like real world problems or like actual like mental health stuff, like you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's just so good. It just makes the story even more better because you know they put a lot of thought and care into it.